Men for Men, by Menin. Men is okay, men today. Man universe, men in space, manly men, and men. Good. Can you expand on like your feelings of like being a man, like what that means to you?
Well, I mean, I was born a man, so I feel like I belong here with these boys.
What brought you to the He-Man Woman Haters Club?
I think it's, a real sense of solidarity, a good place to act really silly.
Anybody else in your life that has found this as a negative thing?
I think that it's a very positive thing to
They see that this like
better understand yourself.
No, because there's been some fellow brothers that have had that with their loved ones, some wives, Well, one thing was me coming from a very strict
1, 2, 3.
Cuban family. They saw me, like, I started off listening to metal and, getting into, like, all these crazy shenanigans, and then I joined this boys club. My father told me that in Cuba there's only 2 men that have, like, men clubs. Yeah.
Whoa.
It's,
and what did he say?
It says actors and homosexuals, and I'm not an actor.
Can you please say your name?
I'm Alvaro, and I'm 14 years old.
Has this changed anything about you?
Yes, a lot.
What about from like your boyhood? Do you have like any really manly experiences that you can share with us?
Riding my bike.
Riding your bike? So Thomas, what's the most male experience you've ever had in your life?
I find like since I've been married, the best. Your masculinity is tested like day to day. I find I get more sort of satisfaction and I feel more sort of manly and more in control by just sort of going with, I'd say not really going with the flow, but just sort of taking what she says and not really making issue of it, especially when kids are concerned.
It's not your biological child, but like you still are essentially like the father. Like, what does that mean for you as far as being a man?
It's emasculating, taking on another man's baby.
Really?
It's difficult, especially when you're away from like all of your friends and away from like your country and everything. And I guess sort of coming into Miami and sort of starting to make art and kind of meeting people who also make art is nice. And being suddenly part of a group is also very good.
I'm Samuel Ivan Lopez de Victoria III.
So, can you tell us what this experience means to you?
I think for me it's probably a bit more of a learning experience of like, I guess like the whole coming of age thing. I think like it's kind of giving me more foundation of like where I am in life.
What would you hope to gain from this if you could see like into the future?
Like an eternal brothership.
You want to say your name and everything for us?
My name is Bryce Rodriguez. I'm 27 years old.
What's the most intimate moment you've had with one of your brothers?
That's good.
That damn photo shoot that I got sick at. With everybody being naked.
How did you feel about that?
That thing gave me a fever.
What do you think about the words man love?
They work really well, but it's like thug life. It's like separate.
Bro, like there's nothing wrong with having a man crush, man.
It's not. Just kind of have a man crush on Larry Johnson.
Don't go the extra mile.
The basketball player.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
I kind of want to look just like Larry Johnson.
You want to be a black man on top of that.
A certain kind of maleness that comes from being black that I lack.
It's called soul. Let the record state Sam Borkson way over there.
Can you explain to us like your most male experience of your lifetime?
Had sex in a church, I guess. Is that pretty manly?
What felt manly about that to you?
I think it's not that it felt manly, it's just that that's what manly's supposed to be.
Gio, you feel that like society kind of like compartmentalizes like adult men into like family geared people instead of just being like solo man?
We don't spend enough time with ourselves, kind of getting to know ourselves. Being involved in groups like this sort of allows you to just kind of sit back and listen to other people's experiences on, more in a more intimate level. Like sitting here listening to Tom, it hits me somewhere where where normally that would never happen.
You want to say something, Farley? Tell us about like a male experience of your life.
Well, I don't really think of male and female experiences. That's why I'm like the whole time I was like, because I grew up so kind of isolated that I don't understand what that means. I'm not sure. I never think like, oh, this is me as a man.
Have you ever felt real man love?
From Hugo, I felt man love.
How has Hugo helped you feel?
Trying to associate me with other people.
So, this is Grandma. Can you explain why you started this club?
I don't think I started the club. That's the thing. I think the club sort of formed itself. It's just supposed to be a title to kind of maybe upset people or upset women for an odd man show. And then it seems like it has become a club all on its own.
What's your feelings on the transition between it just being like something that is really lighthearted to something that really people are getting a lot out of?
I feel like some truth actually came out and some people actually shared some personal experiences with us. I feel like we're actually accomplishing something more than like trying to make art. I know I felt something like, just hit me like, whoa, this is for real, this isn't a joke anymore, this is like, there's like at the beginning it's like, ha, and then it's like, whoa. The joke's not on us.
Yeah. Cool. Very cool. So let's talk to Aiden now. Aiden, want to tell us
sure.
about what being male means to you?
Well, you see, I've had a lot of experiences filming women, and this is probably the first time I've ever filmed just a group of guys. And where's the chicks? But I've from this experience, from hanging around y'all, I've started to realize, maybe it's a good thing, like hanging out, being a guy, just one of the guys. Maybe I don't have to like always try to like be proven something by, having my collection of females or whatever on display.
Can you like expand upon what man love is to you?
It's nice to know that you can go somewhere you can meet like-minded people and, express yourself to them. And I want to thank you all for being friends, because it's nice to have friends.
This is Nathan. Can you explain to us what you feel about maleness?
Maleness scares me. I think of my dad who smokes Lucky Strikes and leaves his scent everywhere on the furniture.
Why do you think that this got started, and why do you think it's important?
The best art, like they say, it doesn't really need to tell you something. It just needs to show you it. So I'm hoping through showing how much we love being a man, it exudes how much we love everything else.
I'm really excited that you guys could all come here and be a part of this and get to know us and learn a lot more about what we're about, and thank you very much.